Hey, hey, hey. We're live today. We don't typically stream on Sundays. I mean, Mondays. We don't typically stream on Sundays either. But here we are. We are going to be doing some editing today. And hanging out. You know, I guess on Twitch we could probably label this just chatting, although we will be editing a Satisfactory video. So even if like video editing isn't necessarily your thing, you know, we're just hanging out. You know, it's just something to work on and discuss while we chat. There's a pretty big announcement for the channel that I made at the beginning of Saturday night's stream. That's VOD 31. The thumbnail is a very blue and teal sky on my channel. It's really the first 20-30 minutes or so. So if you want to get some details on kind of what I have planned for the channel, you can check out that VOD. But in short, I'm going to be doing a lot more streaming and kind of working through a lot of the tasks that I have set for myself for Satisfactory over the next 5 to 6 months, so that I can transition to a little bit different style of a game when that happens. But there's a lot of Satisfactory time between now and then, so including editing, there's a few projects I need to get out of the way. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to be working towards finishing that project off and getting it up, getting it ready to be uploaded onto YouTube. Tonight's a little different. If you watched any of the other editing streams, I was working on a planning tutorial. This is one of the edited episodes. Luckily, it's already been gone through. We're just doing a final check and a final pass. And then I'm gonna record the little intro and a little voiceover for it. And we'll put it all together and button it up. So that's the goal tonight, is to get this thing wrapped up. And then if by any chance we can get this done and it's not too late, maybe we'll work on that tutorial video as well, but I'm not sure if we'll have time. Okay, Sooner, finally got my assembly director system done. Nice. Yeah, I'm a long ways out from getting that done myself. Okay, so here's what we've got. We've got this piece of footage. One of my editors has prepped this for us. This is going to be episode 16 of the edited videos. This is all the way back in VOD 6. That's how disgustingly far behind I am. So much so that I mean, it's not, we're not really gonna make, and I kind of knew that we weren't ever gonna really be able to continue these edited episodes for the VODs. It's just, you know, I'd rather live stream new content than live stream, you know, less and spend my time editing. Having said that, one of my editors did put this together. In a perfect world, they would, you know, 1 or 2 editors for me would be doing this, so I don't have to worry about it. But either way, we are doing a final pass on this. This is cut down and is 47 minutes, which is a little shorter than I'm shooting for. So if we see any clips that feel like they can be extended, I might, you know, I might add a little time back to this as we go. All right, I'm gonna take a drink of water and then we're gonna get started. I'm gonna turn off my music, my outside music as well, and we're just gonna listen to, because there's music on this video. And it'll be a little distracting if we have both. Well, it'll be very distracting because it's the same music. It just won't be synced. All right. So music off. So quiet. All right. So this is the first episode of VOD 6. Hey, VCanned. And so, you know, we'll start with the logo, I think. And then, like I said, my editor, who is my sister, she's doing this work for me, for us. I haven't seen this yet. So, you know, I'll make changes. I'll clean things up. I'll kind of take it from where it is to sort of my vision. And you guys will get to see the process. And really, you know, we're also just, like I said, we're chatting, we're hanging out. So anybody has any questions, you guys want to talk about anything at all, we'll do that. And I'm happy to take breaks. Editing is not my most favorite thing ever. So much so that the only way I can really get myself to do it these days is to live stream with you guys. How bad it is. All right, let's see how this goes. She killed an audio clip here. Basically, just a quick description of this. We have one video clip or one video track, and we have 3 audio tracks. So when I record out my sounds in 3 separate tracks. Okay, this green one. This top green one is the music that I was playing, just like the music I just turned off, but the music I was playing while I was streaming. Okay, that's separated in its own track. This top one, this middle one, or this one right here, you can see game sound. So that's gonna be Satisfactory sounds, you know, and then this bottom one down here, that's the voice recorded sounds. All right, so let's take a listen to what my sister, because this grayed out color means that the clip is dead. So let's take a listen and see what she, because I don't know why she didn't delete it, but she did disable it. So let's take a listen. Made some more changes to the new microphone. Let me know how it sounds. We have a lot planned today. All right, so that's why she's talking about a new microphone, or I'm talking about a new microphone. So I like that it was cut out. So I'm thinking we can go ahead and put in like I like a 2-second, you know, usually the 2-second is when I fade out slow, but the fade in I usually go faster now that I think about it. So we're gonna fade in 1 full second, 60 frames, all of our sounds. So it's gonna look like this. Let's try that again. Why is it all jumpy? I don't like that. We're gonna start it right here. Fix it. Everything up. That was really ugly and gross. Much better. We have a lot planned today. Let's do a quick little catch up on what was going on. All right, so already, I think at this point I've worked this audio bug out. The video that we were working on last week didn't have any of these, and I've come up with a method of ensuring that this doesn't happen. But at the time, when I recorded this, obviously I hadn't figured that out. So it's probably really hard to see. Let's see if I can zoom in even more. There we go. So there's a gap in this audio. I've done a ton of research on why this happens. I think it has something to do with the fact that the CPU that I have, one of the Ryzen 9s, it automatically overclocks itself and it has a dynamic clock speed based on load. And I think what happens is as the clock speed changes, the audio and the video encoding can get out of sync, and then it makes these little gaps in the audio to make up for that out of sync. And so what I do when I'm going to do any kind of recording, although I didn't do it tonight, I forgot, because I was a little rushed tonight, is I reset my computer, and then I get back in and I set both my voice meter and the audio process to high priority in my task manager. And so far, it seems like that has really helped ensure that I don't have any of these kind of little gaps. But because, we do have the gap, we've got to fix it. And typically I can fix it by just actually literally just closing the gap a couple of frames. So let's take a listen and see if that was enough to fix it. Quick little catch up on what there's still a little bit there. If we can, maybe I'll just do, move this there and then cut that back. Let's see if this sounds, catch up on what, it's almost worse. On what was, catch up on what, yeah, there we go. Okay, second line, we had one of those. So there's a lot of them. Hey Zeth, on some of these edits or some of these recordings, these early recordings, when I for season 1, there's a lot of these little breaks, and I try to clean them up. They bother me. A lot of people may not be able to hear them, but I can. It costs me a lot of time, but I don't want to leave them, All right, let's try to keep going. Catch up on what was going on when we last left our intrepid hero. Is that another one? Our intrepid hero. Our intrepid hero. I think we're okay. Left our intrepid hero. Don't. All right, and then I try to get rid of the breath noises. Don't worry about this rock. Don't worry about this rock. Don't worry about this rock. It's fine. It's fine. So we did get the Caterium plant up and running. We're gonna build computers. There's one little gap. Here, let me see if you guys can hear it. We're gonna build computer. Build. There's this little, like, when I say build. We're gonna build computer. Build. We're gonna build computer. Yeah. So, let's see if that fixed it. We're gonna build computers with crystal. So we did not include computers in here. We will be building something over here. There's another one. It's really bad. Something over here. This is the high-speed connectors. So as soon as we get some circuit boards, please, sir, I'll have another. So as soon as we get some circuit boards that we can insert into the system here. They're not a hero, they're a sucker. Oh, the pioneer, the character, they're a hero. Circuit boards that we can insert into the system here will get high-speed connectors, and that's what this guy right here is going to do. We haven't unlocked him yet, but he's... There's another one. I could hear it. We haven't unlocked him yet, but he's ready to rock. Everything's plugged in. It has what it needs except for the circuit boards. All right, so this is ready. This is ready to rock. Okay, it's running. This... All right, so I typically like a little bit more space between the last, the last piece of audio and when we transition. So I'm gonna go ahead and move that forward, and I'll move this forward too. Basically, I'm just extending the video so that there's more space at the beginning, both before and after this cross dissolve here. So let's see if we like this better. All right, so this is ready. This is ready to rock. Okay, it's running. This style of factory I love. Yep. Where we have a little bit of vertical bus happening and we use blueprints. Ooh, that was a bad one. That was like a bad pop. Happening and we use blueprints, right? That's a blueprint. Not bad. It's still a little funky, but it's not bad. That's a blueprint. We're going to be doing that for the power plant. So this will continue. Okay, here's what happened. Continue. Okay. Same thing here. Let's go ahead and bring that forward a smidge. She's just a little aggressive on these cuts. A little bit of breathing room is, I think, very useful. So this will continue. Okay, here's what happened. We had a power problem, a big power problem. All right, and we only solved it by building this monster. Ooh, I heard a little pop. Yep, it's there. Now this one's a much smaller one, but it's still there. And we only solved it by building this monster. It is charging for us. Okay, but this took 10 summer sloops. These 10 summer sloops were all of the summer sloops I was using in my little alien manufacturing section over there. And I don't like... There's some keyboard sounds here. And so I'm going to get rid of them. Over there. And I don't like how we don't have any summer sloops, but we have to have this. Without this, without same thing. This one I saw visually, this gap. Without this, we were destroying our power so much that we ate up. There's another one. So much that we ate up all of our biofuel. There's ate up all of our biofuel. There's still some biofuel sitting in here because we don't need it now. Luckily, I got this built before we ate it all. Another one. These little audio gaps are such a time waster. Ate it all. But what it means is we don't have the summer sloops. And there's another one. Another one. What it means is we don't have the... But what it means is we don't have the summer sloops to make liquid biofuel mini plant. Liquid biofuel mini plant for our jetpack. Okay, that's one of our jobs. Another one. That's one. Okay, that's one of our jobs. And to do that right, really am gonna need at least one. We're going to the transition there. At least one. That one's not too bad. I'm going to elongate it anyway because remember, we do have a little bit of room at the end of this thing. I try to make these videos under an hour. This one is sitting at 47 minutes already. We will add roughly, 30, 40 seconds at the beginning for an intro, but still that puts us at 48 minutes. I could add 10 minutes to this of footage and still be under my target. So I'm just trying to make sure that it feels good. At least one. We're going to be making rubber and plastic. We're going to be making rubber and plastic. There it is. Making rubber and plastic. And so that requires Mercer spheres because I want them to be directly downloaded into our set. We got one Mercer sphere. So we're gonna need at least one Mercer sphere and at least one. There's another one. Mercer sphere and at least one Summer Sloop. And really what we're gonna be doing right now is we've got to push through. I got to get this stuff before we can design our power plant, which we're going to talk about in a second. I don't need the train shit, but I need the pipes and I need the blueprints. Don't need that train shit. And I need the blueprints. Okay, and we need fluid packaging and we need petroleum power. And then we're gonna need the turbo fuel. We only have one hard drive. Is that one? We're gonna need the turbo fuel. It's okay. We only have one hard drive. Sulfur. I mean, we have to do this. And then I think we're gonna need a couple down there. There's one. And then I think we're gonna need a couple down there. So we're gonna need a couple hard drives too. But before we do, there's one for sure. You can see that gap there. But before we do exploring, we're gonna set up a quick and dirty plastic and rubber plant. Just quick and dirty. Just something to get us going. Let's talk about our plant that we're going to build today. It looks complicated. How is that transition? Something to get us going. That was a poor one. You need to chop it or extend it. Because I try not to do any of these cross dissolves when there's something distracting happening on either the outgoing clip or the ingoing clip. I mean, sometimes you can't help it, right? Sometimes it is what it is. But I think in this case, we can extend this out a bit to when I finish spinning the deal. Something to get us going. Let's talk about our plant that we're losing control is here. Lena, did you see that Ray announced that her boyfriend proposed to her? So, yeah. Good for her. Good for them. Let's talk about our plant. There was like a, yeah, this sounds like a keyboard that I can get rid of. Let's talk about our plant that we're going to build today. Yeah, better. It looks complicated. It's not too complicated. I actually have broken it down even further. It is very complicated. I was lying. I was lying to everybody, but most especially myself when I said it wasn't complicated. It looks complicated. It's not too complicated. I actually have broken it down even further. We have 1,800 crude oil per minute available to us. A lot of noise here. Per minute available to us at the Gold Coast. We have 1,800 crude oil per minute available to us at the Gold Coast. Right? If we go to the interactive map and we look at the Gold Coast, which is over here, 600, 600, and then which is over here. Little poppy pop. Which is over here, 600, 600, and then 2 300s, which is 1,800. All right, we're going to be using this. That's what this 1,800 represents. We planned all this out. We also have. Yeah, so far so good. Enough 900 coal. Get rid of that little weird voice noises that I was making. Enough 900 coal. Have you ever had a full album stuck in your head? I've become addicted to an album called Epic the Musical. It's awesome, in my opinion. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I've had a full album stuck in my head. I can think of a couple times where I've had songs from the same singer stuck in my head. I guess that's close. Uh, 2 seconds. I haven't heard of that though. Album called Epic. Okay, crisis averted. We're back at it. Enough 900 coal and 900 sulfur nearby, and we're going to be doing that. I will be doing rocket fuel when we go to our mega factories. I will be doing rocket fuel when we go to our mega factories once we've kind of pushed through the progression part of the game. This is the game. This is the overall factory. We can get rid of this clip, honestly. Progression part of the game. This is the progression part of the game. This is the overall. The progression part of the game. This. I don't like that. I will be doing rocket fuel when we go to our mega factories, once we've kind of pushed through the progression part of the game. Yeah, I think we can just continue to use that. Oh, I'm forgetting something. Part of the game. This is the overall factory. Same thing with here. Okay. This is okay, that works. Hit my mic or something. Yeah, it was me playing the clip. Oh, hitting spacebar. Enough 900 coal and 900 sulfur nearby, and we're going to be doing that. I will be doing rocket fuel when we go to our mega factories, once we've kind of pushed through the progression part of the game. This is the overall factory. This is going to be built on the Gold Coast. We're going to start it tonight. Hopefully we can finish it, but somehow I doubt it. There's a pop in there. Tonight. Hopefully we can finish it, but somehow I doubt it. And we're going to construct the factory in 3 parts. That was a bad one. Oh, I remember what I was going to do. We can go back and do it afterwards, but well, it'd probably be better if we did as we went. But basically, let's make a marker here. I'm going to be red. Let's not make it on the clip. Let's make it on the timeline. Still on the clip. There you go. Timeline. So we'll get back to it. We'll make sure that we know where we left off. But what I do is I actually alter this video a bit. Oh, that's volume. Stupid. See, so now I wish I could turn it on and off really easily. I guess I can. So before, after, before, after. It's subtle. It's just a small zoom. But you know, make things look a little better. Oh god, I was looking at my computer and that speed through you did sound like my TV was possessed. Oh, I was sliding it across like this. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Let's talk about our plant. Okay, so now I can copy, and then I can go over here to this clip. I do want to do a quick scan of it though. Make sure that... Yeah, okay, so there's a problem here. Show it to you. So I'm going to paste... attributes, and we're going to do position, zoom. Should we just position and zoom? See? Nice and zoom. Oh, actually, this isn't gonna work. We need to show, there we go. That's what we want. It was cutting off the P for production, and you never want to cut off the P. That's 130. Let's go up to 130. The progression part of the game. This is the overall factory. This is going to be built on the Gold Coast. We're going to part of the game. This is the overall factory. This is going to be built on the Gold Coast. We're going to start it tonight. Hopefully we can finish it, but somehow I doubt it. And we're going to construct the factory in 3 parts. The first part is we're going to be making... Yeah. Okay, so now we can paste specials as we go to each of these clips. But what I was going to show you is, if you come all the way down to this end, we're zoomed in, our camera position's exactly where we want it. But if we come down here, I tab out. And now look, everything is off. The UI especially, really, it's the UI. Looks like crap. So what we've got to do is we've got to find the moment when I switch from where it looks good. Anything else? Okay. And it's right here. So I'm going to slide this cut right there. So now we can't do anything else. Okay, I can't. I'm off by 1 frame. I was off by 1 frame. Anything else? Okay, I can't build a computer factory. I can't do jack. Do jack. That's the best place to cut it. But we need to make some space. And then let's do our cross dissolve. Okay, I can't build a computer factory. I can't do jack shit until I get power. Jack what? Until I get power. And okay, I can't build a computer factory. I can't do jack shit until... Okay. It's really bad. Transition, a really bad one. Save. So this is just, we have to have... Okay, I can't... Okay, I can't... Actually, we have to go back. I jumped forward to show you guys something, and I forgot we haven't reviewed this. So, we gotta go back. Make sure that we don't have any of those other stuff that we have to deal with. Factory in 3 parts. The first part is we're going to be making the packaged fuel. This is pretty simple. We're going to take 60 heavy oil residue refineries. Gotta zoom in a little bit more. And yep, I thought there was one on 60 right there. We're going to take 60 heavy oil residue refineries, and it's going to make a decent amount of polymer resin. Okay, the polymer resin is going to be made into rubber and plastic, respectively, in residual rubber and residual plastic refineries. There was a bad pop. I saw that one coming. Plastic refineries. And that requires some water as well. But then all of the heavy oil residue, 2,400 per minute, residue, 2,400 per minute, residue, 2,400 per minute, heavy oil residue, 2,400 per minute, we're going to use that in 80 diluted packaged fuel refineries. Use that in 80. Yep, there it is. To use that in 80 diluted packaged fuel refineries. Okay, and for that we need 80 packagers, 80 packaged water, and then we'll have packaged fuel. And now I'm going to keep the fuel in this packaged fuel form. Another one right there. Again, if you didn't hear me talk about this earlier, back when I recorded this video, like I don't know, probably early October. I think it has to do with my CPU. But basically, when I'm encoding video and audio, it creates audio skipped frames. They're not dropped, they're added, but they're added blank. And so it creates this really nasty sound. And so really all I'm doing is I'm closing the gap in the audio by cutting out one or two frames and pushing them together. So before it sounded like this. Fuel form. In this packaged fuel form. This one's not too bad. But after it's gonna sound like this. Packaged fuel form. So that gap isn't there. And I'm gonna move it around while packaged because it's more simple. More simple to move around fuel liquid while it's packaged than while it's in the fluid form. And so we're going to take advantage of the fact that it's already being packaged in order to use this diluted package. I want to chop this really long gap around fuel liquid while it's packaged than while it's in the fluid form. And so we're going to take advantage of same thing with this one. It's in its fluid form. And so we're going to take advantage of the fact that it's already being packaged in order to use this diluted packaged fuel recipe. Okay. And then this packaged fuel, and then this, and then okay. And then this packaged fuel will go one of two places. Yeah. I'll get rid of that. Okay. Then this packaged fuel will go one of two places. First place it will go to is the turbo fuel portion of the factory. All right. And then that's just, we're going to take 1,350 of that packaged fuel and we're going to unpackage it with 22.5 pack. And we're going to unpackage it with 22.5 packagers. And then along with, there's a bad one. It's a nasty sounding one. And then along, right when I begin the word and, packagers. And then along, it's really bad. At least I can hear it. And then along with the compacted coal of 36 assemblies. There's another one, compacted coal. Compacted coal, the compacted coal of 36 assemblers. We are going to make 60 refineries worth of turbo fuel, which comes out to 1,125 turbo fuel. Another one. There's two back-to-back world champs. So weird, there's two right next to each other. $1,125 turbo fuel comes out to 1,125 turbo fuel, and then we'll have some empty canisters that have to go back to the prior. I showed this guy right here. All right, let's cut that big chunk out of this. See what this looks like. Prior set that I showed. This guy right here. Looks better, but we got a gap. Showed this guy right here. Right? See, there's empty canisters input. Right? And then finally, we're gonna make some fuel with all the remaining There it is. Found you. Fuel with all the remaining 3,400 packaged fuel. We're just going to unpackage it. But what we'll do is we'll unpackage this up high, and so gravity wise we'll feed it down into the fuel generators. All right, so it's really not too complicated. There's a lot of machines to process 1,800 oil, but the thing is that there's tons of other oil on the map. But the thing is that there's oil. But the thing is 100 oil. But the thing is that there's tons of other oil on the map, guys, and so I will have plenty of oil and sulfur left over to do rocket fuel. And to do other things later on. Plus, we're going to be doing nuclear in the save. So this is just, we have to have power now. We can't do anything else. I probably actually am leaning towards not doing nuclear in the save. Depends on how much power we get out of our rocket fuel factory. We can't do anything else. Okay, I can't build a computer factory. I can't do jack shit until I get power, and I cannot wait. All right. What I want to do is shorten some of this left over to do rocket fuel and to do other things later on. Plus, so this is just, we have power now. We can't do anything else. Can't do anything else. Okay, I can't build a computer factory. Okay, good. All right, I need to take care of something. I'll be right back. I won't be long. Sorry. Apologize. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Man, there's always something. Dealt with, I think. All right. Do I like this transition? Now, we can't do anything else. Okay, I can't build a computer factory. I can't do jack shit until I get power. Let's pull out that I can't do jack shit. I already said the S word not too long ago. Computer factory, I can't do jack. Can't do jack. I can't do jack shit. Okay, I can't build a computer factory. I can't do jack until I get power, and I cannot. There's too many anis. Okay, I can't build a computer factory. I can't do jack until I get power, and I cannot wait. The either. And then we had this little friend. Okay, I can't build a computer factory. I can't do jack until I get power, and I cannot wait until we get blenders to get more power. We get blenders to get more power. See, we're charging, right? We've got some. We're charging. We're charging, right? We've been 1 day since you left. I don't think so. I wasn't gone that long. So my daughter's favorite book right now is Project Hail Mary. And there was some news about the movie. They're making a movie of it. Same guy who wrote the screenplay for The Martian. So should be good. Since that was also an Andy Weir book. Sorry, I just saw a thing that reminded me of that. Okay, back to it. See, we're charging, right? We've got some power storage. Power. See, we're charging, right? We've got some. There's still some. We're charging, right? We've got some. Oh, it's okay. We're charging, right? We've got some power storage, but this is it. Okay, so we're peaking on our consumption, almost up to the number. There is one more. Consumption, almost up to the number. Breath out of there. And then we can cut out this big gap. To the number, and the only reason that we can do that is because of this beast right there. This power augmenter. That's the only reason we have enough power right now. And again, right now I'm gonna go make. And again, right now I'm gonna go make us a quick and dirty little plastic and rubber generator so that we can push through these milestones. Plastic and rubber generator so that we can push through these milestones because these milestones, because we need these milestones to build our factory, right? I mean, here's a bunch here that we need. I need to find a way to cut out some of this video. A little extra video here. You know what? I don't have these proxies set. No wonder I am having a hard time here. Let's see if we can't do better. Relink proxy media. We need VOD 6 part 1. So I'm seeing if I can find my proxies. Also, short break for this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Slip into a Slim Jim. Okay. Bot 6 part 1, relink the proxy. Okay. It's our proxy. Yeah, so now there's a pink box there. Okay, and so now, because, so what a proxy is, if anybody doesn't know, basically, proxy is a really great tool. You pre-generate a copy of your video. It is a copy in exactness, frame by frame. It's a perfect copy, except it carries much less data packed into the file and packed into every frame, right? So it's a lower resolution essentially, and because it's a lower resolution, there's less data to load in every frame. The playback when you're editing, like in this situation, is greatly improved, right? Because your computer has less work to do because you're looking at picture that has a lot less data. And then basically you have two copies. You have your original, which is the best version of your footage, but then you have this proxy, which is a much lower resolution. And so you do your editing and you're basically using the reference points of the lower resolution video to mark out everything that you want to do, and then it applies those instructions that you've set the edit for, you know, cut here, merge there, move here, replace that, zoom here, right? Those things, it replaces those things and just applies those to the higher resolution video for when you output. Right? So I hope that makes sense. In my case, I had already made the proxy. I had just forgotten to link the video to that proxy. Mostly because this was being edited on the cloud. And then when I put it on my local machine, I just forgot to make that change. And so now we should see a lot smoother, right? So if we slide along here, it's much smoother than it was before. It's still a little jumpy, but it's much more smooth. Gonna be a pretty awkward cut. Actually not bad at all. Basically, what I had done is I had pointed at the awesome shop, and then I pointed away for a couple seconds, and then I pointed back to it. And so I just cut it so that I've been pointed at the so it just skips everything there because I had too much footage. All right, now we can unmute since I'm not causing, as I scan the voices of the possessed through poor Linda's computer. Plastic and rubber generator. That again. Little plastic and rubber generators so that we can push through these milestones. One more time. Plastic and rubber generators so that we can push through these milestones, because we need these milestones to build our factory, right? I mean, here's a bunch here that we need. Yeah, I like that that cut to build our factory, because we need these milestones to build our factory, right? I mean, here's a bunch here that we need. You know, we're gonna need the fuel generator, so we need both.
Ooh,
both
that
of
was
these
one.
and 6. You know, we're gonna
The pop. Wrong. Something's a little funky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the project, and I'm going to exit DaVinci Resolve, and I'm going to come back in. Oh, that's a game that I play. You don't want to see that. Nothing to see here. That audio track was doing something weird when I zoomed. It wasn't updating the waveforms correctly visually. And I live and die by those waveforms. Speaking of waveforms, okay, so this is the problem. When I put the proxy back in, it has to reload the waveforms of the proxy instead of the waveforms of the original video. And that's why it wasn't working very well, because it was using the old waveforms. Now it wants to use the proxy ones. I'm not going to be able to edit the sound without it. So while we wait for the waveforms, which should only be a minute or two to pop back in, you know, we can chat about stuff. We could chat about the... I've gotten quite a few questions about the fires. And just, you know, to let everybody know that I'm very far away from them and I'm safe. I am in California, but I'm very much in Northern California, and those fires are in Southern California. But yeah, everything's good there. I'm also looking forward to streaming more. Not so much these edited VODs. I want to get these knocked out. I'm really looking forward to more Satisfactory. But you know, how can you have your pudding if you don't eat your meat?
So we gotta knock out some of these things, and then I'll be able to focus on more Satisfactory streams. Waveforms, come on, buddy. Oh, you can do it. I'm also looking forward to, hopefully the Coffee Stain should be reviewing the Fixmas Factory contest submissions this week. I don't know if we'll get an announcement, but I've been looking forward to that. We can turn our music back on for a minute. Come on, waveforms. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. Trying to chill and relax and do some editing on this Monday evening. Man, if I'd have known how long these were going to take to load, I probably wouldn't have messed with it and put the proxies in. But once it loads, it should be good to go. The problem is that my video recordings are, as you guys know, incredibly long, right? This one is actually split up into multiple parts. Right, VOD 6 is part 1 and part 2, but VOD 6, if you guys remember, that's the one where I went like 15 hours. Ashes crashed, so you're here. Welcome. So Matthew there, aka Nerd, he and I have played an MMO in the past, and he's now a real life friend. And he is also has a YouTube channel, and he's going to be a part of the Ashes of Creation guild that I'm going to be putting together once I finish the Satisfactory playthrough in May or so. That's actually the reason that I'm streaming more often, is so that I can move to the a little bit different game genre. So, hey, Papu of the Hut. Well, true. I didn't think of it that way. I mean, that's not nerd at all. It's totally fine. It's okay. He doesn't really have any subs. Anyway, he's already playing Ashes of Creation, getting a feel for it, and we're all set up on our Discord. So if anybody is interested in that game and is thinking about maybe trying it, or just wants to chat with people about it, the Discord, if you can give yourself permissions in the construction Discord, and you'll be able to see those channels. And he'll be an officer in my guild. How you doing, Papu? We were editing and we were going along fine. We're almost 10 minutes through this 50-minute video, just kind of doing a final pass on things, and then I went and opened Pandora's box by linking a proxy video, and instead of making things go faster, it made things go slower because I lost my waveforms, and we have to wait for them to reload. Because I can't, the whole point of what I'm doing is editing this audio track, and I cannot do it without the waveforms. You're alive? Well, that's good. I would hate for the alternative to be true, in which case I would be chatting with a zombie. This is absolutely ridiculous. The whole point of a proxy is that it loads faster. Of course, I don't know if it loads the audio files faster. Like I said, this is, let's see, this recording, I remember resetting the recording. This recording is 13 and a half hours long. Know of any good editors that will not require me to upload it to their site before I can export it to my PC? No. In fact, I'm, editors, you mean as a person or as like a program? You mean an editing program, or do you mean an editing professional? Yeah, well, so any good editors that will not require me to upload it to their site before I can export it to your PC. Are you saying like browser-based editor? Is that what you are assuming? Browser-based video editing software? Can you hear the music too, or just us for a cooler live stream? I can hear it too. Oh, there's the waveforms. Yay! The peasants rejoice. Yay! I'll turn this music off once I get back to editing. It was mostly just to fill the silence while I was waiting for these damn waveforms to reload. But they're back. Let me answer Papu of the Hut's video editing software question here. And then we'll get back to it. So you're saying upload it to their site. So I use DaVinci Resolve, any software. I had Filmora, but they wanted me to upload my work to their site before I could download it to my PC. Yeah, I don't know, man. So I'm gonna be honest. I can't tell you like that DaVinci Resolve is better than any other editing program because I've only used DaVinci Resolve, right? So it's not like I can say like, oh, this is better than Filmora for XYZ. This is better than Final Cut because of XYZ. This is better than Adobe because of XYZ. I can tell you that this editing software has done everything I've needed to do, and it's free. Okay, there's a free version and there's a paid version. The paid version does give you some really cool things. It gives you some of their kind of AI tools. And by, I don't mean AI content creation. I mean things like, you know, removal of background noise, or help you track, you know, some depth of field stuff, and, you know, effects, and really, and some high level sort of calculation, you know, effects that work in here. You don't need the paid version to make a video. There's no watermark or something like that. And this is DaVinci Resolve is what is used in professional, like in movies, for color grading. The color grading suite portion of this is the best in the industry. This is the best. Now again, not every project needs color grading, I get that, but then they built the editing software around it. And you know, this is a program that lives on my computer. It's not browser based. You know, this is on my computer, and it, like I said, it's free. And there are so many resources out there. If I need to do something, and I'm like, oh man, you know, I'd really like to be able to, you know, add this or add that, then I just Google it, or I YouTube search it, and boom, there's the answer. You know, it's very powerful. You know, again, I can't tell you that it's better than anything else. I can tell you that it's been very good to me. I'll watch you work and learn to make some to make a decision. Yeah, sounds good. No reason they should have it before me. Yeah. No, don't. I wouldn't want to take, well, and I couldn't do that anyway. Like, let's take a look at how big my video file is. You guys want to, yeah, let's take a little look-see, shall we? Can we open file location? Yes. Yeah. This is 500 million kilobytes. This one video. Right? Isn't that half a terabyte? Am I insane? Let's do KB to TB. 500,000,000. Half a terabyte. This one video file, because it is 13 hours and 37 minutes long. The one that we're working on right now. I can't upload half a terabyte to any video editing software. It would be insane, right? But it works just fine in DaVinci Resolve. Another reason why, that's really why even with the proxy, that's why these waveforms took so long to load, right? Let's get the music off. We're ready to rock and roll again, I think. So yeah, I can't recommend it enough. There's also a very good kind of masterclass course on video editing in Resolve on YouTube. It's like 4.5 hours. It's by the guy that I learned the most from, and it's really, really good. You can download like sample clips, and he can, he kind of walks you through how to build an edit. He does each of these tabs down here. These are kind of the different modes, right? You have the media tab, you have the cut tab, you have the edit tab, you have Fusion, which is basically After Effects or special effects. You have the color tab that I showed earlier, and then you have an audio tab, and then you have the deliver tab, right? So, and I just found, I did do some work in Adobe's suite years and years ago in college when it was a lot different than it is now. And I, at the time, found it very difficult to figure out what to do. DaVinci Resolve has been much more straightforward and intuitive than editing was back then. And to be honest with you, if you need to make the choice between Adobe and this, well, Adobe costs a subscription to use. This is either free, or even if you want to spring for the extra tools, it's a one-time cost, right? So Yeah. All right. So again, we are mostly editing out my. We're focused on this track. I do have 3 tracks. Top track is the in-game music. Middle track is the in-game sound. Bottom track is my talking. As I make changes and make edits, the other 2 tracks stay linked with the video, and but obviously the dialogue does not. Right? So I hope that makes sense. Okay. Where were we? To build our factory, right? I mean, I think there's one of those audio skips right here at the beginning of this clip. To build our factory. Yeah, to build our factory. And I'm going to take out that other 2. To build our factory, right? Yeah, good enough. And then let's take out the other 2. I'm gonna chop out some of this. Here's what share that we need. See what this edit looks like. Right? I mean, here's a bunch here that we need. Yeah. You know, we're gonna need the fuel generator, so we need both. There's a bunch more of these stupid audio gaps in my recording. Generator, so we need both. Fuel generator, so we need both of these in 6 or in 5, and then we need the last 2 in 6, the Mark II pipes, which is 1,000. I was like, why isn't this working? I was hitting the wrong button. Pipes, which is 1,000 of each, right? And then I want this larger blueprint designer before we design the blueprints for it, because I want the bigger designer to give us more options. All right. There was a bad one in there. I want this larger blueprint designer before we design the blueprints for it, because I want the bigger designer. Right here. I want the bigger designer to give us more options. All right. Okay. All right. Get rid of that. We're going to have to definitely get rid of a bunch of this footage. All right. This diluted packaged fuel factory will provide us a lot of power, and this should take it. There's one in the middle, and this should take us right up into what we need into the mega factory. Into the mega factories, and we will be making and that was an and we don't need so let's just cut all the way out. And we will be making a rocket fuel mega factory. That will happen. Okay, it just won't happen today. That will happen. Okay. It just won't happen today. And there's still some gaps in here. There's some gaps in here too. She must have not really finished some of this. Okay, so we have a hard drive where it just won't happen today. Okay, so we have a hard drive. We're gonna need a couple more. So let's get our temporary plastic and there is two well. There's two well right around you holding the nut. Ramp. I don't know what you're saying. Very plastic and I think we can just head out there. I think we're ready to go. Okay, so that's the plan. First step, temporary plastic and rubber out on the Gold Coast. So all I'm doing right here is making a temporary, and this is just so that we can progress through the tech tree. Let's point it this way. I guess these gaps are just me building. I guess I don't have to be talking every second. Seems like a waste though. That's about as spaghetti as I get. There's our... what about not today? I don't know what you're saying. Okay, so we have a hard drive. We're gonna need a couple more. So let's get our temporary plastic and happen today. Okay, it just won't happen today. That will happen, and we will into the mega. This diluted packaged fuel factory will provide us a lot of power, and this should take us right up into what we need. Oh well. Oh, this diluted packaged fuel factory will provide us. Got it. Well, I see what you're saying. It took me a while, and I'm not as sharp as I once was, but I did get there. Options. All right. This packaged fuel factory will provide us a lot of power, and this should take. Yeah, okay. I didn't know what you meant by have two wells. Sorry, things keep happening that are distracting. There's our... There's our oil pipes. Looking good. All right. We don't need to watch this power go in. How much are we making here? There's our... That's about as spaghetti as I get. There's okay, we're gonna cut out this section here. All right, I think that'll work. And we get this a little smoother. I like cutting in the middle of the air. How much are we making here? That's better. $120. And how much are we eating? That's 60. And and then 120. Perfect. No overclocking needed. All right. And what we're gonna need to do is make... Oh no, we only have the baby fluid buffers. Not good. Oh, that sounds good. Ooh, I can trim this. Yeah, and we're clipping here, guys, and it's this is all temporary. Okay. Don't stress it. I think there was one back here. This is all yeah. I'm gonna take out the this is all. I had the audio problem anyway. This is all temporary. Okay. Don't stress it. We don't need to see both of those. Perfect. Ooh. Very distracting. Okay, cool. This one on the other side. Try to think. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. The only problem now with it is that the words are a little close to the transition, but that's easily enough fixed. Okay, cool. So now we need to make a dimensional depot. We can only afford one, I think, for the plastic. Yep, we're missing a Mercer sphere. So this is first task done. This is first task done. Didn't take long. How does this affect our power? We are on the edge, bro. Oh, now it's even worse. We were on the edge. I'm a donkey on the edge. Oh, now it's even worse. It's so close. That's okay. We needed to do this. Okay. Do this. We don't need to show that much. Okay, so let's do, we need a couple of hard drives, a couple of summer sloops, and a couple of Mercer spheres. There was an audio thing here. So let's do, we need, oh, there we go. We need a couple of hard drives, a couple of summer sloops, and a couple of Mercer spheres. Just a few. We also need some animal remains. What are the animal remains for? Transition's really tight. Just a few. Some animal remains. What are the animal remains for? I'm going to be making liquid. What are the animal remains for? What are the animal remains for? I'm going to be. What are the animal? Yeah, I don't know if I can fix that. What are the animal remains for? I'm going to be making liquid. Gotta be a way. Remains for? Worse. Animal remains for? I'm Yeah. I'm going to be making liquid biofuel. It's way faster to make liquid biofuel with animal remains, especially with some summer sloops, than it is with things like wood and leaves. I'm going to get a lot more liquid biofuel, solid biomass, and then liquid biofuel for animal remains. Solid biomass and then liquid biofuel for animal remains. And remains sounds bad again here. I don't know why I can't say it. Or animal remains. And I'm not too worried about, thought there was somebody over here. I'm not too worried about DNA capsules anymore. Oh, hi, buddy. There's a bunch of stuff in here. I'm gonna die. I'm in danger. You know what's funny? When I was hearing myself and watching the clip of myself just now, I thought to myself of making the quote to you guys, I'm in danger, and then immediately my past self made that quote for me. I have a problem. I'm in danger. Yeah, give me all these berries. Did I get all of the remains? You can have the remains. But yeah, I have a little summer sloop setup to turn alien protein into massive amounts of solid biofuel, but I had to cannibalize the summer sloop. Cannibalize has one of those spaces. Cannibalize the summer sloops to get the power augmenter because we didn't have the. Hey, there's a doggo. Here we go. That's a terrible transition. I don't like that transition. Really need summer sloops. I mean, I could use 5. I could use 5. I could use 5 summer sloops like right now, right? Mercer spheres, we only really need a couple. I mean, we need a lot long term, but like today. So we're gonna head into. There was one. There's 2 back to back. So we're gonna head into the area that we made, that we kind of explored through last stream. No summer sloop, no Mercer sphere, ooh, hard drive. Ooh, this is like a gimme hard drive if I remember. Oh, it's right out here. I didn't even get this one. We ran around it like I don't know how many times. I don't want to show the fight. Oh. It's so silent right here. We ran around it like I don't know how many times. Oh, they're still running around. Hi. They're still running around. Hi. We'll just end this one. Don't need those. Did I get all the remains? Oh, I heard the little pop. That should work. I get all the remains. Yeah, perfect. You can have the remains. Don't need any of this stuff. So much of that stuff. Boom, baby. All right, so there's one hard drive down. Throw the hard drive in there. Again with the stupid break. Throw the hard drive in there. Let's go up the waterfall here. No hard drives. Ooh, summer sloop. Where's this frame? 6 frames, we need 60. That's a lot better. No hard drives. Ooh, summer sloop. That way. Okay, we'll come back. I heard a little thing, and there's one. Okay, so today was a little weird. There's some stuff, personal stuff happening right now that has been a little distracting. I got started on this. We barely got going here. We got a third of it done. I've been going for about 2 hours. This is probably like a record for shortest stream. I need to call it a night. These weeknight streams I'm still figuring out, so appreciate you guys being patient. But I need to call this one. Let's leave a red marker, and I'm gonna try to finish the, I guess we'll leave. No, I don't want to leave a yellow marker. We'll try to do better tomorrow. So I apologize. There's just, we're still getting used to me streaming more. How about that? So I do appreciate you guys hanging out. 10 viewers on Twitch, 10 on YouTube. Answered some questions. Sorry, Papu of the Hut. I know you're looking forward to this, but I'll be back tomorrow and keep cleaning up this video. So we'll do a push and we'll get it done. All right. So I unfortunately have to run. I won't do a raid because we're not actually playing a game. But thank you guys for hanging out. Yeah. Later, Okie Sooner. Later, Lena. And see you guys tomorrow night. And I'll try for like 4 hours. Have a good one, guys. Appreciate it.